Hey everyone, welcome back. Quinn here as always, and let's get right into this week's video. Now, with the pandemic, I know you're itching to start getting outside more and start living your life again. And I know there are experiences that you've been missing out on, and you want to start doing those as soon as possible. You want to start buying new clothes to wear out again as you emerge back into society. So with all of this stuff, it's going to be a pretty expensive couple of years for you. Now, I want to make sure that you are allocating money to the right places and you're not overspending. A lot of people are gonna buy some things this coming year that they'll probably regret soon after, but they're going to justify it by saying, well, I really haven't been spending much money in the past year, so it's okay. Now, statistically, people who kept their job over the pandemic actually do have more in savings than they did prior to 2020. But still, we want to be strategic and make sure that we're not overspending on things that we just don't need. So in this video, to help you, I want to make sure that I go over the 7 different items that you are going to regret after purchasing. Now, number 1 on our list is popular jean styles that you just feel terrible in. I can't tell you how many times I've put on a pair of jeans, got completely dressed, and either looked in the mirror right after or walked around for a few minutes, and then immediately ripped off those jeans and put on something more comfortable and more flattering. Now, I know I'm not the only person who has done this, so I want to help you avoid purchasing these jeans that you just don't like. I think it's really important, especially for women, that we wear clothing and buy clothing that we feel extremely comfortable in and look our best in, and not wear what just happens to be trendy in the moment. It can be quite difficult if you feel and look amazing in a style of jean that just isn't popular in the moment because less brands are selling them at that time. But there are definitely strategic places you can look. So you're not, one, spending $200 or $300 on trendy jeans, and also making sure you're finding a style that suits you personally. So going forward, after now having spent a year in sweatpants, yoga pants, and not seeing anyone, don't emerge into society wearing those jeans that you feel gross in before the pandemic started, and instead go out and find the jeans that suit you. You should love every pair of jeans in your closet or simply not buy them at all. Now, as for looking in the right places, I personally really like Poshmark because you can buy and sell used or brand new clothing, and you can often get a really good price for good quality clothes. Now, number 2 is Instagram cookware. First of all, why on earth are you buying cookware off of Instagram? Like, how do those two go hand in hand in any way? And second, why do you need this sort of millennial pink pan to cook your food in when there are millions of other options? I'm a firm believer that when it comes to kitchenware, you want to get the best quality stuff because obviously you're cooking your food in it all the time. I personally think stainless steel is the best option. Now, I know it will most likely be out of your price range, especially if you're coming to my videos for a little bit help on saving money. But the best way you can go about this is going to restaurant supply stores or wholesalers or even outlets so that you're buying stainless steel or high quality kitchenware for a much better price. This way you're still getting the best quality you can for a much better price. And also remember that when you're buying kitchenware in general, you want to make sure that you're buying things that are gonna last you forever. Both in terms of quality, because a lot of products come with a lifetime guarantee, and also aesthetically. When you're buying that weird pink Instagram pan, are you really gonna want to have that pink pan for a long time? Like, how long is that really going to be in style for? So I suggest sticking with good old stainless steel and calling it a day. Now, number 3 is very expensive paint. Now, let's be honest, guys. Paint is paint. Like, obviously, there's going to be a reason that there is higher priced paint, but at the end of the day, like, how much of a difference can it really make? And I guarantee that if you're a subscriber to my channel, you're not here looking on ways how to spend as much money as possible on items that I can tell you how to get cheaper versions of. I know that because we've all been inside for what feels like forever, we've all started to get a little bit artsy and either redecorated rooms or done some arts and crafts or whatnot, and we've all needed a bit of paint here and there. Now, I don't necessarily mean like, so you're an artist paint, I mean like painting for your walls. Now, when you're using this kind of paint, you want to make sure that you're looking for a very cost-effective version of it. Feel free to follow different designers or different paint companies online or on social media, and when you see something you like, just go and search for a cheaper version of it somewhere else. I know Benjamin Moore can match almost any color, and they're very cost-effective, so just go to them with a color you like, show them what it is, and they can usually make it for you for way less than whatever that actual paint company has. Now, people these days, at least from what I see on Instagram, are going pretty crazy and out there with their paint choices. They're either using really bright colors or sort of interesting, wacky designs. Now, if that's what you want to do, go for it, but at least think about the long run before you make any decisions. How long this is going to be in style for, and if you're really going to want it to be there for a long time. I would say if you think it's going to go out of style within the next 5 years, then don't do it and go with something more neutral or traditional, so that before 5 years is up, you're not repainting that room or that mural on your wall, and so you're not spending even more money on paint. Now, connecting to this redecorating theme, number 4 on our list is expensive furniture. Just as you can find cheaper versions of paint, you can do the exact same thing with furniture. Almost every brand makes a knockoff version of all the furniture that super expensive companies have. And I know I catch myself looking at very expensive furniture, and then I go to other companies and say, hey, isn't that almost the same thing as I was looking at, but like $400 less? Yes, this is almost always the case. There is always a style that different companies take, and most of the time they're all pretty consistent with each other, so you just gotta find what you like and make sure the price tag isn't too high. Companies like Structube or IKEA are definitely your more cost-effective versions, as long as you're okay with having to build the furniture in your home from about 5,000 million pieces and putting it together. Now, if you're okay with this time-consuming task, definitely choose their furniture, because depending on the item, some of them are actually quite good quality. Now, number 5 on our list is fancy day planners. This is for people who are not top-notch organizers or planners, because those people can sometimes get their money's worth out of these expensive day planners because they use every single page to its entirety. Now, that's great if you can do that, but I highly recommend avoiding these things and instead finding cheaper versions to substitute them. I would consider myself an expert planner, and I still don't buy these $50 or $60 notebooks. Instead, I use a digital free planner on my phone and computer. So please do not go and spend excessive amounts of money on a day planner when you can literally use the Notes app on your phone. You can use a spiral journal from the dollar store, which will literally cost you $1.50. Or like I said, use the free app that I use, which is called Notion. You can style it exactly how you want. It has different tabs for your notes, your weekly schedule, and just any planning you have for it. And it works even better and looks tidier than a fancy day planner. So really, you can have the exact same outcome with spending no money. Now, number 6 is expensive prepackaged snacks. Now, we all love going to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or any expensive grocery store for those fancy, healthy snacks that they make. Now, getting these snacks can be a treat sometimes, but I highly suggest that you do not purchase them on a regular basis. So, if you really enjoy these treats and you like to bake a little bit, I highly suggest buying sort of the baking staples in replace of these snacks and actually making them at home yourself. Now, number 7 on the list, and our final item that you're going to regret purchasing this year, is skincare products that are specially formulated to you. All of these startups that are promising to give you a questionnaire and then they will supply the product that best fits your needs is not necessarily the best use of your money. You really don't need a fancy and expensive product because sometimes they don't even work, and most dermatologists or estheticians will say that do not buy X, Y, and Z, just go buy this thing at the drugstore, and it's way more cost effective. So if you're ready to say no to all of these regrettable purchases and redirect that money towards your financial health in the future, I have done my job in this video. Now don't forget to go hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more personal finance, real estate, and productivity videos coming your way every single Wednesday. So I will see you next week, guys. Take care.